family, what's up? Don't mind the kids in the background if you hear them or whatever. But we're gonna talk about tips on being homelessness and all that. I'm gonna give it a couple minutes before I get ready on some of the tips I want to talk about. All right, so happy Saturday. If you are homeless out on the streets, you have kids, you know that resources are not up and running today or tomorrow, but I am going to share some tips with you on how you can look for food if you're in need of food. Some homeless shelters serve meals during certain times. You may be in one of those homeless shelters. I know in Philadelphia, New Jersey, places of some parts of New York, some parts of Pittsburgh, some of their homeless shelters work based off of hours. So sometimes you would have to be up at 7:30 in the morning, catch breakfast by 8 downstairs in the cafeteria, and then they ask people to leave for a lunch break in between 10:30 and 11:30 so they can clean the cafeteria, clean up the homeless shelter. Really depends where you are. And during those hours, there may be a park around the corner, a community center you could take your kids to. But at the moment, you still need snacks and you still need items for the kids, regardless of, because the schedule and the way they feed people is really weird. So yeah, and we do know that food banks are not opened. So guys, what I'm going to tell you, what I have done, what I've seen other people do, what I've had success with, what other people have had success with. And if you are in that situation, this is what I would recommend. Please reach out to the local soup kitchens. That is the first thing. Sometimes they serve on Sunday mornings, Sunday afternoons. I know that's tomorrow. Sometimes if you're lucky, they will be there on a Saturday in the afternoon. It really depends. You have to do your homework days prior to Saturdays. But I'm gonna tell you guys a really good schedule that I used to do on certain days when I was homeless, okay? So please do that. Look into your resources. Always look into your resources first. Please don't steal from the store. Please don't, commit a crime because you gotta, feed yourself or feed your kids. There's other options, other resources. And sometimes when it comes down to hard times, hey, no shame. So this is what I would do if I were you. If you have no other options, please reach out to the grocery stores, see if they have any expired items. Talk to the grocery department manager in the deli. I've had success over there. They usually throw out produce, sandwich meat. Sometimes it's just now expiring. Okay. If you don't have any success with that, go to Walmart, go to Fred Meyer, go to Kroger's. I know there's a Wawa in certain places. They do help out homeless people. I don't know if they're doing it now because of COVID, but it's still worth a try. If you have absolutely no success in that, tips on being homeless now. We are in a homeless situation. I mean, it's really rough. It's cold outside. It's January. Currently right now, I've been homeless in January, believe it or not. I've been homeless in the summertime. I've been homeless in the fall time. Life happens, okay? The first thing is first, mindset. Please don't beat yourself up. Maintain on your health care as much as you can. Maintenance on your body. I know if you're not able to brush your hair out, please brush it with your hands. Do the best you can possibly do. Keep yourself as clean as you can possibly be. Okay? But now moving on to food. Go to the grocery stores, local markets, bigger stores, smaller stores. I'm telling you, there's success around the city, around the town. Go to their waste bins. Go to their waste bins. There's so much food that people just throw out in their waste bins. If you're lucky, sometimes they'll have a waste bin just for fruits and veggies. Sometimes they'll have a waste bin just for pastries. Sometimes they'll have, it just really, really depends. I know certain days, I know more like Wednesdays and sometimes Sundays, they'll go in and mark everything down or donate it or write it off. It really, really depends on where you are. But never be afraid to go to the back of the store and go look in the waste bins. Okay? If you have to and they have a dumpster out there, please do it. Do it. Make sure you know you are safe and there's not too much stuff out of the way, but you could find some really, really good stuff in there. And even if it's not food, you still could find supplies. Okay. Another thing I would do, I've seen other people do, they've contacted certain homeless people in the area. Other homeless people know certain people that will hand out food throughout the city. Really depends on where you are. I know Philadelphia, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, Chicago, those places. Sometimes they'll have people on food on food trucks that will hand homeless people food. Like it's really nice when you least expect it. So always travel around as much as you can. Okay. And I know there's some people on foot that hand people lunch bags. So really, really, really depends. Like you gotta be out there, be fast, be independent, talk to people. Bus drivers, those are the best people to talk to sometimes. Sometimes if you are lucky, stay in contact with a pastor in your area and you will have somewhat good success. If you are truly able to do the work, I strongly suggest it. Okay. So moving on. Now, I mentioned this before. Please get some good slippers. You do not want to put wear and tear on your sneakers if you have them. And I've noticed that slippers last a really long time. I've worn mine for 3 years until there was holes at the bottom. Please save yourself. You're going to have blisters. You're going to have bumps. You're going to have bruises. It's going to be tough. Homelessness is work. If you are on foot and you have no transportation, and you're pushing a stroller and you're carrying 3 heavy bags, sometimes you could get away with carrying 1 because you're packing it on a stroller. It really, really depends. Like I'm preparing you guys. Okay. Moving on. Now, if you have a little baby, if you have a little guy, pack him his own bag. Okay. Put the diapers and the wipes in it. Put the sweatpants in it. Okay. There is a hoodie in here. Please just do it. If you are currently homeless and you're out on the streets, and you have no place to go because for some strange reason the intake is taking longer than what is expected, you didn't move in with that person after you got off the Greyhound or whatever the case may be, trust me, okay? We're gonna get through this. Just don't beat yourself up. Just make it as basic as possible. Don't freak yourself out. At least this bag will be easier to get to. Diapers, wipes, and outfit, okay? Put this next to the baby. It's very, very light, all right? Baby. Moving on. Your kids, depending on how many kids you have. I've been homeless with 4 kids. I've been homeless with 5 kids, okay? Your kids are going to complain that their feet hurt. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Get some slippers. Do that. Okay. All right. If you can, reach out to the schools during the week, pick up supplies. Normally they have supplies for homeless kids, right? I'm going to take this off. Oh yeah. And another thing, try to get a cardigan or a hoodie when you're homeless. You're going to need it. Okay. Kids' backpack. It's not going to be waterproof most of the time, but it is what it is. Okay, guys? And this is what we're going to do. I'm going to unpack it because I put this together to show you guys as an example. Here soon. Grab a quilt. Okay? Grab a quilt. This normally I would put right here. Okay? This is all your food. This is your food, your towels, your water, your some of your hygiene stuff in here, and some cider. This is some garlic in here. Like, you're gonna need it, and it's gonna be heavy. You're gonna have to be willing to put the work in. I strongly suggest, please don't travel the Greyhound with no food. Please don't, at